Hello everyone, welcome back to Podcast on Wheelz, episode number 49. As we said on today's episode, please sit back and enjoy the show. Mess that up, but today we have about 12 topics for today's podcast episode, and the first one is Willam getting treated badly.
Yep. On to Donny.
Hello. It's been 2 weeks since we recorded a podcast episode. I'm so sorry about that. 2 weeks honestly flew by. I'm not gonna fucking lie.
We were only 6 days, what the fuck?
Exactly.
14 days.
Yeah, maybe more.
Probably.
Okay, so William talked about this like 5 days ago, talking about how somebody screamed at him and how other people were treating him badly throughout the week, which sucks. So I'll tell you what he told me. So the first incident was just a horrible time and third. Oh my gosh. So he does bench with like modifications, like he has this.
He's a bitch.
Okay.
Like, he does the bitch.
Okay.
It comes in my head, like,
Okay, that's okay. So he does the bench. No. Oh no, I think it's something so horrible. I know, so, okay, I'm not going to tell you about his sneaky yet. But,
No, go ahead, tell it, yeah, just get our channel canceled.
no, okay, sorry, we're getting so off topic, but, he does a bench with modifications, like with the little gloves with straps on them, so that way, because he has no finger function like me, where he can grip on the bar, and he has this one teammate named Michaela, and then Naomi, he has that one too. Naomi is a sweet one, like she doesn't get on his nose, they don't fight, they don't yell at each other, they help each other out. She helps William with the heavier weights, like he's behind the bar to spot him and lift it up when he can't physically lift it anymore. Michaela, he had moments with Michaela before, one of his friends. So not friend now. I don't know what's going on with him. But he normally, Miss Faircloth told us before, if someone's struggling on the bench, like with the bar, and they cannot lift it anymore, lift that up for them because we don't want that pressured weight on their bony chest. Because William's team is like skinny. Naomi is not to sound mean or anything, is the biggest one of all, so she can kind of withstand that weight on her chest for longer. William is the skinniest one and smallest one there, so he cannot sustain the weight for too much longer, and less than all of his other teammates, so they have to be a little extra careful with him, because his weight is like about maybe 107 pounds, the other teammates are like 130 and like 170, and so he's like a twig compared to them. He's like super tiny. He gets his weight checked August 1st, so he'll finally know his true amount of weight, which is cool and exciting for him. But Michaela was obviously struggling. He was that by so she gets having a stroke. Oh my god! What the fuck happened?
I thought
I was like literally like this. I was like, so I guess it became what the hell? Oh my god!
And the minute you said, I've been telling it.
I took out damn it, dyslexia.
You got Michaela struggles right there.
Oh yeah.
Like you were rapping but not saying a single word.
Oh my god. Okay.
That was the worst stuff again.
I know. That's the most stutter of my life. It lasted like 10 seconds. I'm stuck.
10 seconds of nonchalant shit.
Okay. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no.
I'm not feeling like y'all guys. Okay, so, but then,
That's not the first time we yelled at him. 5 minutes.
Okay, so by that point they had 10 pounds on each side of the bar, and the bar is 45 pounds. So by that time they were already benching over 65 pounds, and they had like a 2.5 to it, meaning they had up to 70 pounds on that bar. So, and they do benches over 50 pounds on the first start and keep going like 5. So by the end of it, they do like 25 reps of benches, and that's going to get your arms fatigued, especially William's little arms, because he's benching over half his body weight. So he's so strong. Oh my God. But I'm not. But Michaela struggles more on that than him.
Yeah.
He's gotten strong enough to the point where he can do a couple in a row. And then he has a racket, and he feels like his arms feel so weak after. But Michaela normally struggles up a little bit more with him. But that's fine. Because you're exhausted by that point. So she goes to lift the bar, and she's like, alright, just spot me when I'm ready. And Reen was like, alright. And she lifts the bar, and she's already struggling to lift it off the rack the first starting. And by that point, William's turn had ended. No, it didn't, sorry. So Michaela went before him, and she started lifting, and she couldn't get it off her chest on, like, the first one. I'm not judging her because, excuse me, I can't do that. But she goes to lift it, and she cannot lift it. Her face starts kind of turning a little red, and like she starts making a little face like it's struggling. She's struggling to lift the bar. So William, the natural instinct, and Miss Faircloth never had a problem with that. That's the thing you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. William lifts the bar, one side of the bar, so the other person can lift the other side. He cannot lift the whole bar by himself. So he lifts one side to relieve over it. By that point, at that set, they were benching over 80 pounds. 80. And William's only like 27 pounds? No, maybe 27 pounds.
Because 80?
Yes.
90 would be 10.
Yeah, so he's 27. Or like, so he's 17 or 27 pounds over 80 pounds, which is fine. I hope he is. Jesus fucking Christ. He'll be severely anorexic. So he lifts that over 80 pounds, like over half the weight, which is only 40 pounds relieved. And he lifts it high enough so the bar's not even touching her chest. And you think, oh, thank you, Lord, that he got the 80 pounds off my chest that was on her bony part of her chest. I'm like, 130, 80 is kind of big to you. Let's lift. And so she screams no, and people kind of look like it was loud enough to hear over the booming radio music. And so he was like, oh, what did I do now? What did I do to upset somebody again? Bless his heart. He's like so nice. He's too nice. But he's like, oh, she screamed like no, and then said, don't do that. You could have really hurt me. I actually prevented you from getting really hurt. I still think it's stupid. Why did she yell at him for that? I don't fucking know. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, he didn't get mad. He was just like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, what? You protected her, not hurt her. Oh my God, for the love of God. Excuse me. And he's like, I'm sorry. And she's like, no, it's fine. Just don't do that again. And I was like, Reem was like, that? Okay. What did I do? So I should just leave the 80 pounds on your chest for another 30 more seconds, which is half a long minute. And he's like, I'm sorry. And his friend kind of looked at him, and he's like, what the hell? Why did you just scream at him? And he got screamed at and yelled at for no fucking reason, and for a stupid reason too. And so when William goes to lift it to test it, she's like, no, I just wanted to see if you could reach the bar, and like little smirk comments like that. He's like, never mind, no, I don't. The hell's wrong with him? Nothing's wrong with him. He's doing nothing wrong. He's testing to see if he can reach it and lift it back up so it doesn't touch the black bar things. That's normal. And so, and when he's going to another rack or something, she's like, go, like, go already. And, oh, never mind, right, this one. Then why did you boss me around? And he has to show all the way back to a separate thing. I'm like, that was the original rack we stuck with. And so that sucked. That he always gets bossed around by her. He gets like little smirk comments here and there, or little looks, and then he gets screamed at. I'm like, what the hell? It's weight training. Calm down, it ain't that deep. And then, the other incident was, he was rolling out the bench, and he heard this ginormous crack under the bench, and he's like, what the fuck happened? He busted his friend's clip because they didn't pick it up off the floor, and he could not see that because that bench is fucking huge. It's huge. It's like almost his height. Mm-hmm. It's like huge. And so, and obviously he said sorry too many times. He's like, oh my god, I'm sorry, that was completely my fault. Are you okay? Did anyone get hurt? Do you want me to, like, assist you? What happened? Like, he literally said all that, and he was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, it busted everywhere, it shattered in the most shattering way possible, just busted everywhere. Oh wow, that was minutes after he got screamed at. Shit. And his friend's arms were hurting from the 2 shots, and they kept saying, hey, can you lift that for me? And he's like, yeah, I can. He started lifting it, and he started putting things away before. 2 shots, like just flu shots or something. Yearly shots.
When?
Like 5-6 days, okay? Their friend. His friend.
Oh, his friend had flu shots. I thought he had flu shots. I'm like,
no.
When did we ever have flu shots? We had flu shots on August 1st.
Yep. 4 days before our birthday. Oh, God.
I'm so excited.
I know. But, so he shattered his friend's piece. He had to pick up everything and get, assisted everywhere, and then he got screamed at, so that was fun. And then with the broken clip, like 3 days ago, he was working with the broken clip, and it's so difficult, especially he has clammy hands and no finger function. And his friends were like, no, like, you're not doing it. And he was like, well, I'm trying my best. Like, I'm trying. I'm pressing down on, like you said. There's no grip. There's, them ones that are weighed down to, like, fuck. You can't get those. At least he can't. And she's like, no, you're just not trying. Okay, then you do it.
Kayla?
No, another friend of his. She's much more nicer. She said it in a joking way, but, like, you're not trying, and then you get screamed at, and then you bust my friend's clip, and then she's, like, annoyed. I'm like, why the fuck do I mess up everything? He actually said, why the hell did I mess up everything? Bless his fucking heart. Oh my god, he had, like, strep almost 2 months ago. That fucking sucked ass for me and William. And so, that was in a week. So he's getting put in a different bench group if we ever have another group like that with Michaela. He's okay doing squats because he has his friend to help him keep him not getting fucking bossed around. But he's benching and maxing out next week, so not next week, but literally this week. It's Monday because it's Memorial Day.
And we got the day off.
Yep. So tomorrow we're going back to college and he'll be maxing out, which is cool. But that's how he got bossed around like shit. The next topic.
Donny strength.
Okay, so Dr. Donny's strength is the topic that we're doing next. So this is going to play along at the very last bullet point. I probably don't know this if you haven't checked out our YouTube videos. I won't spoil it. But the strength will go down. Because of this, that is at the end of the bullet points. I don't know if Donny's diagnosed with it. But for me...
If I can know, don't want to know.
Nope. So, our strength recently has been getting weaker to
substantial.
Yeah, substantial amount. A substantial and scary amount of weight and strength have been lost. For me, I'm a 3.5 strength, and my speech has been getting worse. Everything has been getting worse for me, and even my lung function. But like, I've been staying steady at a 3.5 joystick currently. It's been a couple days and haven't gone down or anything. My thumb strength's like pretty good for a 3.5. So I'm doing great. I'm doing great so far. But my strength will never go more down because of the last bullet point. So how's your strength been going? It's been going interesting. My speech. We started this podcast journey almost getting close to 9 months?
8 or 9 months.
Damn.
Like, oh my God.
Like 9 months since we started these podcasts. We started on September 20th, 2023.
Yeah, it couldn't be like 9 months because our channel hasn't like hit that, right?
No.
Our full channel hasn't even hit 9, so yeah. How has all this stuff happened in like less than 8 years?
Jesus fucking Christ.
I can't believe it.
But we started these podcasts on September 20th, 2023, which has been a wonderful journey. I love filming these. It's so amazing.
They're amazing.
Especially on Christmas, I felt so good because I had a 9-day cold.
Yes.
That was fun. Sorry we've been lacking in podcasts recently. It sucks. But
we've just been going through a lot of stuff dealing with chemo and crap, so
I hate chemo.
Yeah, it's gonna
I have chemo tomorrow.
Yeah, I have chemo next day after Donny. So it's been quite a journey since we've ever, done anything. So
yep.
We apologize for the lack or inconsistency of podcast for a little while. So I really hope you guys are like not too annoyed with us. And
no, I think they're fine.
We're kind of annoyed with ourselves, like, oh my gosh, like, why can't we do this one every week? We can't sit down once a week.
Exactly. I don't see that. But my strength so far has been going interesting. My arm strength in total is 1. My joystick strength is 0.5. My whole body strength is like 4. So it's not going drastically down because I have practically nothing to lose anymore because I practically lost it all. I probably will stay like this for a while because I am taking risdiplam, which is a medicine that helps the progression of spinal muscular atrophy. And it helps me stay at the same strength, if not get a little bit stronger. I haven't seen things.
Strength, but I've been noticing that you've been kind of staying low-key at where you're at for a little bit.
Yeah, I've been staying for a month. It's been a month since I got my joystick dialed down to 0.5. Mm-hmm. A little bit over a month, nowhere near 2 months yet. But it's been staying good for a while, but I'm happy about it because I have practically nothing else to lose.
Besides your speech.
Yeah, my speech, which I don't want to lose. But so far, I'm okay. I'm just like, I will always stay very, very weak. I can't practically do anything on my own. I can talk my stories, I can play on my phone, and I can ride my wheelchair. And stuff like that, and it helps me out through the day. So, that's basically my strength. I've been staying kind of the same. My lung function, when I started the channel, 60-something? 65, 66.
Wow.
All I know is my lungs were in the 60s and now I'm 6%. So I lost a lot of lung function, and the only thing I can really lose is 6 more percent of breathing, 1 more ounce of hand strength, and 2 in the head until I'm nothing.
Wow.
Yep.
I have to lose 3 point. Okay.
And that's all my strength so far. For me, I need to lose 3.5% in my arms, literally nothing in my torso because I'm already out of one. I need to lose like 4% in my head. 5 because my head's 6 with the resting, but since I'm not resting yet, it doesn't even count. So
yep.
I need to lose 5% in my head, 3.5 strength in my arms, I think that's it.
Like
Which is
that.
which is crazy. But now the next topic is speaking engagement. Now this event I'll just talk about.
Happened Saturday.
Yes.
Friday, last Friday.
This event happened last Friday, or wasn't it?
No, last Friday. Holy shit.
Really? What the?
Oh my god.
I swear it
It's been a
happened.
week since in like 8-9 days.
Wow.
Became that.
Yeah, so this event happened last Friday, or last Friday. It was a speaking engagement that we go to, kind of like our secret job.
Every
Most
6 to 7 months.
Yep.
I prefer 7 months.
So it's basically a secret job no one really knows about, kind of like descriptive that no one really knows. And so we're like, oh yeah, we do speaking engagements for people with SMA and Duchenne muscular dystrophy, also called DMD. They're not, like, they're similar, but DMD affects, like, more broader muscles, like the organs and the tissues around those organs. So SMA just atrophies your muscles because you're not being able to use them for a little while, so, for many years, and then your muscles atrophy and you don't really have a lot of strength. Because it's not called spinal muscular dystrophy.
Spinal muscular atrophy.
Yeah. Duchenne muscular dystrophy, on the other hand, that weakens muscles over time. And a lot of people think that SMA actually weakens muscle over time. Yes, it is a progressive loss of muscle, meaning wasting away, meaning atrophy. But you're basically born with the muscles that you have as a newborn.
Which is not enough to sustain
No.
your body.
And since you are born with those muscles as a newborn, as you grow, those muscles aren't going to sustain. They're going to need a stretch and use a lot more energy for your larger body.
Yep.
So you can't efficiently move things as well, as you would. And you think you're getting weaker, and of course you're getting weaker because those muscles are being stretched, need more energy, and you just don't have enough of that muscle to provide for your body.
Yep.
So yeah.
Going into a very descriptive
Yes.
thing about our disease.
Yeah.
Or symptoms.
A condition. So we went to the speaking engagement as we do per 7 months. I go to it a little regular than Donny, to different like areas and locations than he does. So
But
because
not
it's
the big one that we
no,
went to.
it's like a 4-hour car ride. It's simple. Those are like my monthly or 3 monthly things that I do more than Donny, because I guess it's part of my profession that I do it more. So yeah, we go to the speaking engagement and we had a blast. We went through a 20-hour car ride and a 7-hour conference, which isn't actually like horrible compared to the other ones. We ended at 9?
Yep.
We ended at 9 instead of 12, so we actually had like 10 hours on our hand instead of 7 hours. So they were nice enough to cut it down a little bit, and we just had to talk for 7 hours, explain our life a little bit and stuff. Even these podcasts, sometimes I find a hard time doing that, like how do we stretch out all this info in like 1 hour? That's why bullet points are super important. So
I love the bullet point idea.
yes, the speaking engagement, it's like a real not simple process. We got to patch all our medical stuff up for like 2 days or 3 days in the car, depending on like how much we sleep, how much times we stop. Since we do catheterizations, there's an adequate area or place in the car that we can do a catheterization. So we have to go to a gas station, so that takes up time, and then we're gonna go back in the car, transfer each other into chairs. It's yes, it's a lengthy and annoying process. But we do go through. Yep, we go through like a 20-hour car ride, and then we chill for a little bit, and then we go to a conference room. We uploaded a whole vlog about this. You can come go see it. But it was actually like pretty fun and pretty cool, and I would definitely recommend that event. Just kidding. But no, it's actually very fun, and we like it.
Yep.
So, what problems that we encountered? I don't know what that, like... Okay. Sorry, that was just so out of context. I didn't put, like, a little note on what we meant there, so I was like... I blanked. So, the problems we encountered during the speaking engagement, was nothing much, really.
For me and Rain, it was a little...
I mean, I guess the fact that we had to do more catheterizations over the whole long car trip, we had to get everything ready and stuff, so... For us, there wasn't really too much issues, but
like a fever and
yeah, Donny had like
dizzy.
Donny had like a fever, was feeling drained and dizzy, and William had to do William had to do so much catheterizations. Normally for William, he does what, 3?
4 or 5 ICs in 2 days. He had to do like 7 or 8.
Yes. So normally William does 3 or 2 ICs a day, and mainly 3 though, according to 3. And then, but literally 20 hours, which is less than a day. He had to do like 7. I'm like, what the?
Yeah,
So like those are very bad days when your bladder just
yeah,
when your bladder just wants to kick off extra or gets filled more easier. So yeah, that's why you need Botox more to strengthen the sphincter and to widen the bladder a little bit, like more than what it's used to, so it won't kick off when it gets to that little amount.
Not kick off. It's just he had a pee.
Yeah, I know,
and
but
he got the what was that called?
AD.
AD.
Autonomic dysreflexia.
He gets automatic dysreflexia when he has to use the toilet.
Yes.
It's like overheating. Or
Yeah,
really,
I get autonomic dysreflexia when I'm about to have nerve pain, when I'm hot, when I'm cold, when I need to go to the bathroom, or just something's wrong with my body. Like something's broken, something's wrong. It's like just basically a new response. Yes. So this topic is I felt nauseous a little while ago. So this is like a topic I already talked about in the video. So I'm going to keep it brief and simple. So this is an event that doesn't happen often, like super often. It's like randomly when I feel nauseous or something in the middle of the night. So on this night particular, I forgot what day it was, but on this night particular, I was laying on my stomach in bed because, we transferred, which isn't probably the best for a tracheostomy. Or tracheotomy on how you ever pronounce it. So we're laying in bed after I got position changed by Mathew. A couple hours later, I wake up still on my stomach, and I feel the scary feeling of, oh my god, I feel the nauseous feeling. Oh no, I hate this feeling so much, because if you don't know, I have a metaphobia. Metaphobia is basically a phobia of seeing or hearing or you vomiting. Or seeing other people vomit. That's the best way I can describe it. And that's always been like that since 8.
Something like that.
Yeah, it happened at 8. I swear, I was so scared. I don't know what occurred or what happened. Probably grandma vomiting once, and I got so. I think it.
I had that horrible stomach.
Yeah.
When I was 9.
It had to come up from one scary event from vomit that, triggered that phobia in me, and I can never get rid of it, and I hate it. Because, vomit happens, way more than tornadoes. Tornadoes are also unexpected. But there are preventative ways you can do so. And so is vomit, but you don't, it's going to happen.
Yep.
That's the scary part to me. I don't even know what's scary about vomiting. It just triggers me to... So, I wake up, and I feel this weird feeling, and I exactly know what this is. I'm like, oh, no. And me and my wife are swallowing there for 5 minutes, sitting up in bed after Mathew set this up. And then we're like, nope. Literally, I felt like things about to come up. I'm like, oh my god. And so we literally stroll. Mathew grabs his camera, not to film the whole experience. We go to the bathroom, we swallow over the toilet for 3 minutes. And then once we're feeling fine, he picked up the camera and we started filming again. We were fine after. We literally just elevated our head a little more so we won't get that nauseous feeling again in our eyes. So, yeah, we were literally fine the whole day. We were fine. That random things happens every night after we have some sort of food that throws us off kilter or something. I don't know. I don't know if it was because of quadriplegia, AD, chemo. I don't know what it is, but there was something that kicked it off for some reason. So, yeah, that's been crazy, and it was crazy at the time, but I'm now feeling fine. And haven't had an episode since. So, now the next topic is, how's chemo doing for Donny? Okay, so chemo has been tough on my 18th, 19th round tomorrow.
I don't know.
The point is, I'm past 10 rounds, so I'm 18 or 19 rounds tomorrow. And every single round, every single round, I either throw up my guts, where I throw up 15, 12 times. It could be anywhere between 30. I don't fucking know. Give my body a chance. It'll happen. So I normally have fevers. The symptoms I had before was diarrhea, fevers, dehydrated, no appetite, loss of appetite, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, nerve pain, leg pain, headaches, sweating a lot more than usual, Dry mouth.
Yes.
I had a couple times. Trying to remember other symptoms because I had more. Shit. Fevers, I already had that one. Passing out. I passed out before. Dizziness. Lightheaded.
Mm-hmm.
So, the moral of the story is I have a lot of symptoms
Yes.
that just never fucking end. And I feel like shit every 4 days. Every week I have like 2 days. Yeah, Moxie's like barking her head off again. I don't know why. She probably saw a bug. I don't know. A leaf. I don't know. No, there's no leaves in our house.
Yes, there is near the doorway.
But so those are the symptoms I have. I have a lot more, and I just feel like shit every 4 days. The most times I ever threw up during the chemo round was 15 times in one day. Cancer and slash chemo has caused me to get my legs amputated from, like, I have a quarter of my legs left. And it caused me to feel weaker sometimes. It's caused me to go nonverbal for a whole day. It's caused me to sleep in bed for 30 hours straight. For 15 hours I lied in bed, sick, couldn't move, and I was exhausted. That happened, I don't know, I don't know when it happened. So chemo has caused me to be in bed all day, be sick, throw up, nauseous, loss of appetite, can't eat, practically choking down any food I can get, or like a shake or yogurt. I'm like, like I'm coughing, I can't eat it, and stuff like that, which was wonderful and fun. So chemo has just caused me over like 13, 14 symptoms, if not even more. A shit ton of weight loss. I probably lost over like 140 stone now. Something like that. It's been like 3 weeks, and I lost over 40 stone in like 3 weeks. Because 3 weeks is 21 days, so I lost 42 stone because my stomach meds tells me to lose 2 stone a day, not 4 stone. So it's twice the decrease, which I'm happy about. But I lost 40 stone already added to the 112 I lost. So I'm like losing 150 stone, 140 stone already in like 3-4 months. So it's insane that I lose that much. But that's what my chemo causes me. Cancer and chemo sucks ass. I do not recommend it. Having acute lymphoblastoma. I've been having cancer for almost, I think, 3-4 months now. So
Wow.
It's been fun. Like 3 months now.
Now, my chemo has basically been going the same as last time. No
I
symptoms.
thought you were about to relate to me. I'm like, excuse me.
No. My chemo has been staying on the same path.
Yep.
Did she call us?
I'll see. You go ahead.
Can you close the door fully?
I'm checking.
Can you close the door fully? There. So my chemo has been going on like the same route. Not as Donny's, but the same route it has been going. No nausea, no nothing. And like nothing went wrong. Was she just yelling? I don't even know. But my team has been doing fine and great so far. The one time I threw up was on the 3rd round, and it's been several rounds after that, so I'm very grateful for how my chemo has been going and how everything is, been following along. So, that is the end of that topic. Now, blood donation. Donny sadly couldn't get the blood donation because his iron was too high for the specific number you needed. His iron was healthy and fine for a regular, normal person, but for... Who is Mom calling? Gosh, who is Moxie barking at? What?
I was super confused when I checked on laundry and that. She's like, you can check the washer and the dryer and stuff like that. And then Dad was like, oh, well, just check on it a little bit because they're making dinner in the middle of the process. Mom yelled, what's going on? And I was just like, what the fuck? So I'm in the middle of laundry, and I don't know whether to check on it or not, because Dad was like, oh, just wait a little minute, sweetie. I'm like, oh, okay, what the fuck?
I had, what is Mom yelling about now?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just checking on a little bit.
Why did Mom scream, what's going on?
I don't know. I was just checking on laundry. She's like, oh, just sitting checking on it. What the hell?
I'm so confused.
I'm confused.
I was sitting there trying to touch that team. I was like, ah!
I see it.
Okay, so, but the blood donation thing, Donny couldn't get his blood donated because,
I had high hemoglobin and iron.
yeah, he had high hemoglobin.
Basically, me, I was like really dehydrated, even though I chose like 30 ounces
Okay.
of water that month.
So he had high hemoglobin and iron for their specific numbers. He was fine for a regular person and human, but for their specific numbers, his was too high.
Mhm.
They required under 12 and or 12,
I was
and
like 20.
his was like 20. Mine was like 11 or 12. So mine was perfect for the specific numbers, and it was fine, awesome, great. And the blood donation, I was sitting in the truck thing, and since Donny had to go back, so I was sitting in the truck thing. A person asked me to sit somewhere. I was like, okay. I strolled up my chair there, and then they checked my pulse. I think my blood pressure, my iron, and that was it. And they put a pulse oximeter on my finger. So they put that there, or this thing that would squeeze your thumb to test your iron and hemoglobin.
Yep.
And something else.
I couldn't make it past there.
No. And so they say, okay. And they say, can you sit right there? I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I actually made it through. No BPs. Okay, what's going to happen next? And then I had this iPad, and then they asked me, okay, answer all these questions usually. It's like about sex and STDs, have you had any, or are you on any medication or anything, have you had any lung or issues? And I just told them, I had pneumothorax as a baby, deflated lung. And then after that, I go into another room to get asked those same questions, and then he says, okay, we're going to do the blood donation next, but during the blood donation, I'm going to collect a few tubes of blood, so I'm going to connect it to the other tube on your arm. So, okay, I'm fine with that. And so they make me sit there for a little while, and they say, okay, pick any bed. Knowing I was approved and I was in, I'm actually going to get this. I don't know what a blood donation is. I know what it is. I've never had the blood donation experience. I've never had the biggest needle on my arm. I've never had symptoms of fainting and falling, and I've had fainting because of POTS, but I've never had symptoms of a blood donation. And when I tell you, as soon as they told me to pick my bed, I was sweating bullets. I was like, oh my God, like, after I get in this bed, there's no turning back. I said, so I don't want it. You already registered. You can't turn it back. And so, like, you had to sit in that bed knowing, okay, well, in a few minutes, like, I'm going to experience the symptoms. And you hate feeling nauseous, and one of the symptoms is, like, nausea, all these rare diseases. Okay. Like, that's so fun. Like, and you just seen, like, 5 people faint. You heard people, people are going down. People are feeling nauseous. Oh, well, I'm in the bed. What?
Yeah, that's creepy.
And so they take my arm and they said, can you squeeze this? Mathew had to squeeze it, and they found a method for I can squeeze it. And they said, oh, can you keep squeezing? I was like, okay. And they said, one tight squeeze, do not rapidly pump it, just squeeze. I was like, okay. They gave me like a little blood squishy thing, shaped of blood. And, we kept continuing with those things, and I was calm because I didn't want to. And it obviously had to be on my left arm. Well, I never got a needle in my left arm. I don't know how that feels.
Why did it have to be in your left arm?
Because I already had a blood prick on the other one. Yeah, meaning if I had gotten drawn blood. And they said, did you already get pricked? And I said, no. And I said, I got pricked yesterday in endocrinology. So they had to do my left arm. And keep in mind, I've never had a feeling of even a butterfly. Yes, it went fine. Didn't feel barely any pain. And
no blood went in my blood.
And for me, for the left arm, I'd never gotten even a butterfly needle. Here they bring up this bigger than 2 times bigger than a butterfly needle.
So
in their hands. They start bringing out the tubes. They start setting up the machine to draw I mean, I'm going to have to get... And they say pump.
Yep.
Pump before you do it. And they're like, okay, ma'am, I need you to breathe in and out. As they stuck the big thing in. They cleaned it. They soaked it for like 30 seconds. Fanned it. And then they're like... And I was like this... It didn't hurt. I was just doing what the doctor said. And it actually like... It felt like a prick, obviously, because it's a needle going into your skin. But it felt more of a bitter prick. But it didn't, like, really hurt. I guess in the nature that I am used to blood pricks, every 6 or 4 months, I've had 184. Can't keep counting now. Just blood draws, not shots.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been crazy. But I was sitting there, they put the blood in, and like, and I thought, is that the one pipe bag? No, that's a donation sample. Sample! I saw the sample bag and it looked big.
Yeah, the next day she felt like...
Oh my god. And I didn't even see the biggie bag. It must have been somewhere around the corner where I couldn't turn my head to. And Mathew couldn't see it. He wasn't weirded out to see blood. And I said, do you mind if I video or post this anywhere? And she's like, you can video or post it as long as you cover it. There wasn't enough blood to be censored.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah. So, like, you know, we had our arm wrestling, and I felt, like, so shaky during it. Not because of, like, hypoglycemia. I was just scared.
No, you got...
I was like, I'm going to get out of this bed and faint. But during the whole 6 minutes, I thought it was going to last forever. And I was like, oh, like, how far are we done? Oh, you're done. I was like, wait, what? And they started bringing over the surgical tape to get removed. And I was like, wait, what? And I was like, wait, what's happening? And they said, oh, you're done. And I was like so fat. I was so surprised that it was already done. Like, it's only been 6 minutes. I was like, wow, like that felt like the quickest 6 minutes of my life. Yeah, they got rid of everything. They pulled out the needle. It felt fine. I felt a little shaky getting off the bus, and they said, "Can someone help her off the bus?" Just in case. And I bring my I got a Sprite and some Troll Yummy Mix, and I strolled with the teacher down to the gym. Not with the aid students in there, and then I sat down at a table where everyone got the blood draw. Some people were feeling a little bit, and Alyssa Polito there, her arm felt numb. I was like, oh, but like before it, and they said, oh, I'm fine. But like when she stood up, she felt like she was going to like faint. But she was fine after that. And we just had a fun time talking about how our experience went and everything. And then we strolled back to class, visited Miss Lawson at like 3:12, 3:20 I think. And so like 10 to a couple minutes before class ended, I was like, hey. And she's like, hi. And she's like, so happy to see me. Like, oh. I was like, went great and everything.
Awesome.
I told her about it. It's like, I felt no symptoms. I was fine. I was great. Next day, we were doing some songs, something we do, dance to music and stuff, and midway, talking about, like, my son, my legs. That's weird.
They're numb.
I know, but my legs felt shaky. I saw them shaking. I was like,
What the hell? Yeah.
I was like, that's not normal. They're not spazzing, because I'm still as a dead rock. And they were shaky. I felt the AD kicking in. I'm like,
Yeah.
Like, meaning something was wrong, and I suddenly sweated.
Like,
what in
the sweats after you almost black out? Yeah.
I was sweating, and I had randomly felt hot, shaky, like cold, and midway song, I was like,
Yeah, I'm just gonna,
no, I felt, no,
wrong.
midway song, I was like, I swear my eyes were, oh. So it's so,
Luckily I didn't know.
and I feel like the fall forward feeling. Mathew up there started taking less steps, going more side to things. Like, I don't know if you noticed those subtle changes, but I did that. Damn it. It's 4:53. Oh, thank God. Okay, we were so scared that the podcast was going to end. It didn't because food was ready. Yummy food, so Emmie just got me a hot dog and some tater totties. So, yeah, the next day we felt all faint. We were able to get through it with a lot of Dr. Pepper. And we had some food and stuff. And I swear, I drank so much water. I drank like 3 or 2 water bottles, which is a lot more than I normally drink. I drank a lot of drinks when I came home, ate a good hearty meals. Excuse me. And yeah, we just chilled through the day. And we had after the whole experience, we were fine and great. So everything went well, which is amazing. Now, the next topic is new catheter supplies. Now, I'm going to mainly wrap this one super quick because it's not really, like, super important, but it's also, like, good that we have these new catheter supplies and everything. So if you guys don't know, most of us are quadriplegics or paras in the mix, and we need to use catheterizations to help us go pee, since our nerves don't tell us, or our brain doesn't tell us when to open or let go. It will randomly do that if our bladder gets too full or something. So my wife and me got like new catheter supplies. Now these are called French catheters, or like a straight cath. Most of the valid catheters are like Foley caths or something. They're crazy. There are so much like names for Foley caths that we have or don't have. So yeah, there's so many names for catheters, so I'm sorry. So these ones are called straight caths or French catheters. Now a French tip is more like a French thing. It's mainly like a bigger opening if you need it for a bigger opening. So yeah, that's just basically the whole thing. It's basically a very long tube with in a little package that, collects urine or expels the urine through one end and opens through another end. So these have been very helpful. They can fit 2 catheterizations in one, which normally isn't like, you'd think that would be super helpful, and it is. But most people don't have 2 stored catheterizations up in their bladder. So like, you use it once and you gotta throw it away. So it's basically only one catheterization if you really think about it. And now let's say you have like, for us, 1 watch is a catheter, but if you rate 1 watch, even a half of a watch, over 1, it didn't end. So your bladder might kick off after 1 watch and a half. So
Can it get bones? The only bones left had mold on them.
Holy shit. Why is there no buns? There was literally only 1. And it's like kinda...
Mine had mold on them.
Look, Phil.
Please check if it has mold.
It feels fine. It just feels a little stale.
None smelled weird and had mold.
Yeah, I know.
Had bread.
Bread isn't... At this point, bread is better than buns. Oh my god. So yeah, buns are horrible. So...
I like them better than bread. But not molded buns.
Yeah. And so yeah, the catheters that we got were new catheter supplies. They're basically like straight caths. Can fit 2 catheterizations, but in my mind they don't, because most people with quadriplegia or para can't fit 2 catheters in their bladder. Like actually, not like literally. But like in the space that your bladder can hold, like it can only hold 1 watch, that's 1 catheter, but you can't hold 2 watches before your bladder even starts to kick off. So I feel like they only really supplement 1 catheterization, and you just have to throw the thing away. So it is a straight cath, but those are our new catheter supplies, so yeah. Now, new catheter routine. Now this catheter routine was for Emmie and Doc, my wife and Donny's husband. It was... What?
You said Emmie and Doc.
Emmie and Donny. No, Emmie and William.
You said Emmie and Doc.
Did I? I said Emmie and William.
No, you didn't.
Okay, if I said Emmie and Doc, I meant Emmie and William. So Emmie and William's new catheter supplies or catheter routine is every 3 hours they need to cath themselves. Now, they haven't been following this routine, but it's something that the doctors gave them to prevent most kickoffs and how much their bladder can hold after a little while, or, just a good health routine thing. So they haven't been following it, but that is, in sum, a short thing of Emmie and William's catheterization things. Now, Aloha Day events. Now, that's in order to keep this brief. Aloha Day is an event where we have close to the end of the year, so we get to hang out for 4 to 3 hours on a field. Sucks. We get to get out of school early, and the classes go by way faster. It was okay for me. So me and Emmie, if you don't know things about quadriplegia, is that when you have quadriplegia, you can't control your heat as well. And that starts to solve issues as, you're going by. And so, yeah. And keep in mind, they didn't serve free water. They didn't serve any of that. So that's sort of annoying. Even 1 water to each student. That'd be a lot of water, though. But, and when Emmie started feeling, faint feeling, weird, it started getting to her. I was like, So that was fun. And then we just started heading more and more into the vent, and we got super hot and tired, which is what normally happens since we can't control heat. I think we did overheat. I'm being dead serious. I think we literally did overheat. We got sun.
You had to change his clothes and drink a shit ton of water.
Yeah, they drank so much water and so much drinks after the event. They were feeling faint. They asked for water. They asked, I feel like they were starting to get overheating symptoms of quadriplegia, and so was I.
I was just hot as fuck.
Yeah.
I had to me and William changed our clothes.
Yeah. And so we did get sunburn, on our arms, neck.
A crunchy ass tater tot.
Yeah, we had sunburn on our arms and neck. So yeah, it was a crazy event, and it took forever. It felt like forever, because by the time we were out there, it was like, oh my gosh, we're so blessed and it's 1:44. So it was like, oh my god.
We had a little over 2 hours.
Yeah, we had to stay out there for 3 or 4 hours. That's so long. Damn.
It was crunchy as fuck.
So, now, to the final bullet point on why I was talking about in the maybe second bullet point, is my ALS diagnosis. If you don't know what ALS is, it's like a neurological or neuromuscular progressive disease that has no cure.
My ass crunching and munching over here.
Okay, this is a serious. Okay, so it's basically a neuromuscular or neurological progressive disease that has no cure. I know the lateral sclerosis part, but I don't know I don't know the A bit, but I know the lateral sclerosis. So I got diagnosed with that today, since for the last couple of months we've started noticing weakening of my body, progressive, not getting better, even on remedies of my condition, Risdiplam. I was on that, and we were expecting, okay, that should slow down, her progression a little bit. It didn't. It never stopped it. I lost 9% of breathing function. I lost 0.5 strength of my arms, which is not common for me, since back then I would go through bouts and histories of non-weakening, which is amazing. But then I soon realized that was a symptom of ALS, and I didn't get ALS until now. I must have been having half symptoms of it for months or something, and so that changed and everything. And so it's wow, I actually have ALS. So this condition, I got diagnosed with it today. I created a YouTube video about it, explaining it a little more. So my arms essentially has gotten re-cured to 3.5, which back then they were 4% or 4 ounces of strength. I can only do 3.5 now, which is half my thumb, which is honestly crazy to me. So yeah. With this ALS diagnosis, I don't know really what to think about it. It's everything's wow, I can't imagine in this many months I'm going to be this. In this many months I'm going to not be able to do my speech. In this many years I'm not probably going to be dead.
Okay, no.
At 150 years old, I'm going to probably pass away from ALS. Yes. And that sounds like a long time, but it's really not. I know, but I'm 73 now, and really, it's a hot dog. But yeah, ALS, I don't know what to really think of the diagnosis. It's basically been a whirlwind. I've been like, wow, oh my gosh, to I'm gonna get through it. It's gonna be fine. To oh my god, I'm gonna do this. To oh my gosh, I need to write in a journal every single day. And it's not the fact that I need to write in a journal every single day, which is tiring. It's the fact that when I'm a lot more years into my progression and just randomly see that diary, how emotional will that be? I'll be like midway progression, lost all my arm strength, and I'll just read that and like think 3.5 was weakening? And like I don't know what to think of it. It's like super crazy and baffling to me that I actually have ALS. I had the unactivated gene for like many decades, and
Like me.
yes, very inactive. And then it's like randomly activated because ALS can do that. Like it'll randomly activate, come at any age, and the most prognosis of ages are 55 to 75. I'm 73, so I was right in the time there to get ALS of most females, and men get ALS more than females. But females are most likely, are the same area of getting it. And so, yeah. I don't know really what to think of the diagnosis and, how far I'll come and what if it stops midway, which I would want it to. I'll get so emotional if it does. Like, I'll probably be, like, super weak. But if it, like, stops progressing, and, like, I don't know what I'll think of that. I was like, I'm, like, so happy. So, yeah. And I have to get this on top of cancer. I don't know what to think of it, Like,
Right.
ALS, cancer.
Yep.
Like, what is God gonna give to me? Like, I'm sorry, William just ate fun over there. So yeah, it's been like a crazy journey and everything, and I'm honestly so baffled about like, wow, I actually have ALS. It's not now active. I'm like already weakening, and I don't even know it.
Yep.
Like each hour that passes with my ALS diagnosis, weak. Like a month from now, I could like lose and go to 3. Which is like so creepy, like
I'm debating whether I have ALS progressive, because I do have ALS supposedly like just
Yeah.
chilling. Oh my god. Hold up, I have to go again. Bye.
close the door fully, please. It's hard. Don't stop telling us. But yeah, it's Donny has an unactivated gene of ALS, and he's like scared it has come on. Because me and Donny have been getting like trash luck recently. We've got cancer. We've second one of us might have ALS. So like ALS is like such a horrible disease, and I don't wish it on anyone, and I don't even wish it on myself. But guess what? I got it. I don't know what to think of it. In my journal, to progress it, I have written ALS May 27th, 2024, 11:05 a.m., 73 years old. I've decided to write down the years or age I am between that journal. ALS journal. End reverie. Endeavor. Oh my god. Their writing is so bad. End reverie. Enraven. It's like the medication for it. Oral medication treatment plan, 73 years old. So, like, we're going to have to try and write that better. But, yeah, so far in my journal right here is, like, just the medication I'm going to be taking and what time I got diagnosed and what age, what day. Really nothing crazy, not my thoughts in there yet, since I am, like, doing videos on them and openly talking about it, because it's more important to talk about it the day you get diagnosed. So, I'm planning to, like, log in that journal every single day, every single week, heck, even every single month. What?
I had to take your plates away and give them some more cigarettes.
So, yeah. I think that's all about...
Sorry, I just keep getting fucking called. Poor Sydney.
Yeah. But I think that's going to end today's podcast. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Today's podcast episode, and we'll see you all next time. Bye!